Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's another episode of Lovecraft Country. This time it's season 1, episode 5, Strange Case. So before I get started, I'm going to take care of a little bit of business and then we'll get to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're going to see a video that pops up here at the very end. Basically, what YouTube does, takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching, tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button down there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I change it every week. I'll be changing it tomorrow. And I also have all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tier set up on the Patreon, but I'm just waiting until I hit 1,000 subscribers. That way, when you guys give me some money or whatever, I have something to give you guys back in return for it. So there we go. What else do I have? I also have links to this this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. You have been warned. So yeah, this episode, it was more of a slow burn for me on this one. This was more Ruby and Christina's episode than anything else. We got a little bit more from Tick and Letty, but not much. And also a bit about, Montrose and what was going on with him and Sammy. And if you didn't catch it, this whole episode was about change, about metamorphosis, if you will, both internal, external, all that kind of stuff. And how we like to change ourselves, but sometimes that's not possible. And then also, even though the grass is always green, it looks greener on the other side. It isn't. And Ruby, for example, becomes a white woman and wakes up as a white woman and is very fucking confused. And she gets taken in by the cops who say that, they're bringing her back to her husband, who William is pretending to be. And she starts having these bone cracking things going on and whatnot. Her eyes are changing color. And he says, yes, it hurts the first time, but it gets better after that. And he pulls out a big butcher knife and starts, cutting into her to, peel off whatever skin it is. And essentially what this is, it's the potion that he had given her from her blood. Remember when he took her blood? So he concocted a potion and later on explains to her that Epstein was the one that came up with the potion. He actually dealt with magic. That's where he came in on all of this. And you can actually change who you are and who you want to be and things like that. And the metamorphosis gets easier over time the more times you do it. And she's like, I'm not going to do that ever again. And he's like, okay, you're free to choose whatever you want. You're free to come and go. And he leaves the vial on top of the counter for her. And of course, she changes who she is. She goes back to being the white woman that she was the very beginning of the episode, and ends up getting a job at the department store that she wanted to work at, and realizes that the Tamara, who was there, Tamisha, who was there, was that didn't even have any of the qualifications that she had, didn't have a high school diploma even at this point. She only had a 7th grade education, and she was pretty pissed off about all of that and kind of dresses her down at one point. She actually slaps a little skin cream down and says, put that on your hands. Your hands are ashy, which is, yeah, it's throwing shade, quite honestly. Hey, Cassio Jesus Faria. Yeah. And of course, we find out through Tick and Letty that, Tick and Letty go to talk to the Yahima, and of course she's not there at the room, but Montrose is there, and Montrose says that she's gone. And the Titus's pages are gone too. And Tick just explodes and starts beating the fuck out of Montrose to the point where if Letty hadn't pulled him off, most likely he would have killed Montrose. and she's scared of Tick at this point just because of she's never seen that outburst from him. And he later explains, war brought that out in me. He goes, I thought, what my dad had in him wasn't in me, but war brought that out. And he goes, you know, yeah, he goes, I don't like that. He goes, but I don't want you to be scared of me, of course. Um, and she took pictures, of course, of Titus's pages. So they have pictures of that and they start deciphering it. And of course, they're trying to decipher it. Now they don't have Yahima to help them decipher this page. Yeah, or pages, I should say, which is really fucked up. So yeah, they're trying to do all of that. And in the meantime, Ruby, of course, there's a stipulation that comes along with this whole transformation thing where William says that he's going to ask her a favor at some point in time. It's going to be a small favor, and that small favor is that she become a server at Chief Lancaster's party at the lodge, and she has to plant. Christina shows up there and has her plant a stone, some kind of stone in Lancaster's office. But while she's in his office, she hears something in the closet, opens it up, and there's a guy hanging in the closet there with his tongue cut out with blood coming out. And she kind of almost pukes. She's freaking out. And then, of course, Lancaster and his guys are coming in. So she has to hide in the closet with this guy and keep him from giving her away. And she overhears a couple of things about what was going on with Lancaster is just really kind of pissed off at Christina at this point. And the guy who's hanging in the closet is a guy who they want to talk, which of course is kind of funny because they cut out his tongue. So yeah, we don't know where that's going. It looks like there's might be a little bit of magic involved in that too, because he looks like he's been cut up quite a few times, like his neck's been cut, his tongue's out, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty nasty stuff. Yeah. And so Ruby, as Hillary, the white woman, gets a job at the department store there, like I said before, and she sees the ugliness on the other side of from all the white people of what they're thinking of the black people at this point. And at one point, she ends up getting Tamisha to get them to take them over to the south side to a bar, right? And she, of course, could have done this herself, but she didn't want, she kind of bullies, this woman into doing this. And so they're at a club, they're dancing and all this stuff. And she actually ends up transforming back. I don't know what the reason for that was. There was some stuff that was kind of weird in this episode. The writing was a little bit uneven on this one, but she ends up going back to talk to William. And she still hasn't put two and two together that Christina and William are the same person. We've been talking about this for a while now that that's the case. And of course, the big reveal is that, yes, William and Christina are the same person. And Christina even tries to tell her, hey, William, basically magic is currency. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And so what does she do? She goes in to quit the job because she had seen the manager excuse me, try and rape Tamisha there. And yeah, I am saying the name right? I'm just looking at my notes real quickly here. Tamara, excuse me. Tamara, not Tamisha, Tamara. Yes, I got it there. I've been saying the wrong name all this time. God damn it. It's Tamara. So I was right the first time around, not the second time around there. So yeah, and basically she pretends like she's going to have sex with them, ties them up, all this stuff, and then ass rapes them with the heel of her shoe. Yeah. And it's like, wow. And as she's reverting back to her, her true form, and because she wants him to know who did it she wants him to know who did it to him at that point. But yeah, so the very final kicker of this is that, and I love, actually, by the way, I love when William turns back into Christina, and Ruby isn't like horrified or anything. She's pissed. She goes, "You've been fucking William all this time?" She's more pissed off than anything else at this point. Tick, in the meantime, has deciphered. He's found out that his initials were on the ring that Christina gave him. So he's got a starting point for some of the alphabet, at least, that he's going through. And he deciphers a couple of things in one of the pages, freaks out, calls Jian and in Korea, and he goes, "How did you know all of this?" And she's like, "I warned you. I told you this." And he goes, "What are you?" is what he asks her, and she hangs up on him. So we've got that to look forward to next week about what's going on with Gia. And yeah. And of course, we also had, Tick and Letty making up after the whole, explosion incident kind of thing. And then also trying to figure out what their relationship is and that it's actually love. So, man. So a lot of stuff, but kind of even still low key for this show. This show, after last week had a lot of stuff going on. This week it was a little more low key. We get some magic, a little bit more about magic. And then also, I want to know what the hell that stone was that is in Lancaster's office. If it's going to be something that's going to hamper him, or if it's something that is going to draw something bad to him, or what that is, because we don't know what that is. And then also the title of this strange case. I was thinking that maybe it harkens back to Lovecraft's story, The Strange Case of Dexter Ward. I haven't read that in decades, so I honestly can't remember what it's about. And I was going to look it up, but I didn't have enough time, beforehand. Yeah. And yes, his body when he changed his shirt, exactly. The were those tattoos or what was that? I mean, it was just kind of some weird shit on his chest. I couldn't tell if that was tattoos or if it's decomposition or what it was. Talking about Lancaster, by the way, on that. Cassia, what did you say here? I think Gia is outer goddess Vidra. Idra? Okay. I don't know who that is. Outer godness. All right. Yeah, and I had the big screen. I was kind of looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck is that on his chest? And I was looking at it. I looked at it twice because, I was scanning back again in order to get the picture for this thumbnail. I was trying to find a good, thumbnail picture. And, William turning into Christina seemed to be the one that was best out of it. Although I was thinking about, no, the sex scene between Tick and Letty. Yeah. Neither here nor there. Sorry, I was looking at the dog. The dog's doing something weird. Yeah. She knows she's doing something weird too. She's looking back at me at that. So yeah, we're gonna find out what happened in Korea next week. It looks like it's all about Gia. And so yeah, we're gonna find out what happens there, what that's all about, because we got some weird freaky shit that comes out of her ear. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, what else do I have going on this week? Tomorrow I am off. Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time I do the German movie that's on Netflix right now called Freaks. You're One of Us. I'm going to be doing that. Wednesday I'm off. Thursday is Raised by Wolves. I don't know how many episodes are going to drop because it's HBO Max right now. They're doing weird shit with Raised by Wolves. Friday is going to be The Boys because it's only one episode of The Boys, which is dropping, which is good. Saturday is going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. And then Sunday we roll back around again to Lovecraft Country. So there you go. I know I got some lurkers in there and some people that have already skipped out. And as Penn has already put up there, if you want to know what else I've got, what kind of schedule I've got up there, go to suspendedfanimation.com. That's where my schedule is. All the links to my social media. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up here. It's put up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button down there. Also, you can hit the bell down below there as well. And while you're down there, hit the like and the share too. If you got a little chance to do that, that would be great. other than that, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night because I know for some of you that are on the East Coast or other parts of the world, it's late. For me, it's 8 o'clock. It's approaching 8 o'clock here, so it's not too bad. But yeah, actually, it is 8 o'clock. I forgot that clock's slow over there by 1 minute. And the dog's just staring at me, and she's just made a complete mess of the bed because that's who she is. Thanks, everybody. Thank you to everyone who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. I will see you again on Tuesday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up, I don't know, finding a vial of some weird shit that can change your entire outlook on life, or who you are on the outside anyway. Thanks, everybody. I will see you on Tuesday. Until then, have a good night. Stay safe, be well, and take care. Thanks, everybody.